So guys, what I did, I just used my carbon paper to cut out the nail fabric. So guys, like I said before, so this is the back part, while this is the front part. So now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to sew it together. So I'm going to take one part of the front trouser, then I'll take one part, the other part of the back, and the back part. So I'm going to place it together. So right now, what I'm going to do now, first of all, I'm going to take it to my machine and then sew it, just sew it with 1/2 inches straight. So after then, I'll come and show you guys what to do next. So guys, after joining it, so now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to join the cross together. I'm going to join the two, just going to place it together like this. Place the two good sides together, and then make sure I take the measurement before joining it, because I don't want to, because it's a very stretched material. So I'm going to minus 1 inches away from the measurement. So guys, after then, this is the back part. Right, you can see that the front, this is the front, while this is the back, but you can see that it's higher than the front. So after then, I'll just keep it aside because I'll be using this to trim out the nail fabric. So guys, after cutting it, this is what it looks like. This is the down part. So now I'm going to use this front to cut out the back. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to place it in. So guys, this is the back pattern, while this is the front pattern. So what we are going to do now, I'm going to add 3 inches at the back part, because if you notice that why I'm adding 3 inches, because the back pattern of the pant trouser is more higher than the front. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to shift, just adjust everything together. So now after then, I'm going to draw out my crotch line. This is the hip line, while this is the knee line. So now what I'm going to do, at the crotch part, I'm going to add, at the back part of the crotch, I'm going to add extra 2 inches or 2.5 inches. Or you can, depends on how you want it, you can make it 2.5 or you can make it 3 inches. While the hip, I'm going to add 2.5 inches. The waist, I'm going to add 1.25 inches. So I'll just trace it out. Okay. So now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to retrace everything out like this. So after retracing it, so now I'm going to just knot the waist. waist. So after then I'm going to trim it at. Hello guys, in my today's video I'm going to teach you guys how to sew palazzo trouser. So this palazzo trouser I will be cutting today. The knee is going to start from the palazzo, while from the waist to knee is going to be tight a little bit. So first of all, the length of the trouser I'll be taking today is 45 plus 1 inch seam allowance, that is 46. So from waist to knee, from waist to hip is 9 inches. 9 inches. So I'll just mark it down. So from waist to the crotch is 12 inches. It's just 3 inches below. It's 12 inches. So I will just mark the 12 inches. So after then we are going to take the knee. So the knee measurement from waist to knee is 27 inches. So just mark it down there. So after then, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to be divided the waist and the hip. So the crotch we are not going to, the hip measurement we are going to divide it into 4. The waist measurement we are going to divide it into 4. So the crotch we are dividing it into 2. So now what I'm going to do now. So guys, now what I'm going to do now, first of all, I'm going to take the hip measurement. The hip measurement I'll be using today is 9.25 plus 1 inch seam allowance. So that is 10.25. Then I'll just mark it there. So the crotch I'll be using today is 23. 23 divided by 2 give us 11.5. So just mark it there. 11.5 plus half inches. Just mark it there. So whatever I have from this waist measurement, from this hip measurement, that is what I'll be using at the waist part. So what I have here is what I have at the hip side is 11 inches. I will still mark the 11 inches at the waist part. 11 inches. So this 11 inches, I'm going to come down a little bit with half inches, because why I'm coming down with half inches is because I'm going to snatch the waist. So we don't want our waist measurement to be higher. So I just want it to be low, so that it brings out the fitting. So after then, I will just connect this. Let me bring out my ruler. So guys, after then I'm going to take the waist measurement. The waist measurement I'll be using today is 7 inches. So I'm going to take the measurement from this. I hope you guys can see it very well. I'm going to take this measurement from where I just marked here. 7 inches. So just 7 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance. So I'm just going to mark it from there. I'm going to connect it to my hip measurement. I don't have curve ruler, so I'm just using my hand to curve it. So guys, now on the knee, I'm going to go in by 1.25 inches. So just mark 1.25 inches. So now I'm going to take the measurement of the knee. So the measurement of the knee is 15 inches. 15 inches divided by 2 give us 7.5. 7.5 plus 1 inches. So after then, I'm going to connect it to the crush. So guys, like I said the down part is having flare at the down part. So now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to draft out the flare at the down part. So first of all, what I'll be doing right now, I'm going to mark 7 inches at the down part here. So I'll just place my ruler on it, form of triangle. So this is it. So I'll do the same thing to the other side. Just mark 7 inches and then draft it like triangle too. So after then, I will just trim it out. Hello guys, in my today's video, I'm going to teach you guys how to sew palazzo jumpsuit. Guys, this palazzo I'll be cutting from waist to the lap. From waist to the knee is going to be tight, while from knee down is going to be palazzo. So first of all, what we are going to do now, I'm going to take the length of this trouser first of all. The length of the pant I'll be cutting today is 46. So 46 plus 1 inches seam allowance, I'll make it 47. So from waist to hip is 9 inches. Depends of who you are sewing this for. For me, for example, I'm not too tall, I'm not